Welcome to my revision of my world history notes. I'm deciding as I review what my notes were, that what I want to update or what I want to dig deeper into. So today I'm going to talk about one of the primary means of determining dates for Egypt is the Sothis star theory with periods of 1460 years based on astronomical observations first enumerated by Edward Meyer of the Berlin School of Egyptology at the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th, although the concept was first proposed by a man named Lepsius a few decades earlier. Before this time, each period in Egypt was given widely divergent dates by different Egyptologists or those who study ancient Egypt. There are, however, many scientists who disagree with this system, and historical data seems to undermine it. Last but not least, it does not agree with the Bible's chronology. When the evidence found does not agree or fit into the standard accepted Egyptian dating chronology, such things as dark ages or intermediate periods are a sign, which simply means that the finding of this or that is not consistent with what we believe about the Egyptian dating. For instance, according to this theory, there was a great dark age in Greece of several hundred years when there is absolutely no evidence that anyone even lived, died, or traded there. This is accepted that the events of the Greeks' war with Troy and the quote classical age of Greece are separated by several hundred years with absolutely nothing happening in between, even though the Greeks themselves said that these events occurred with only a few generations of their being reported by Homer in his Iliad and Odyssey. From a common sense point of view, it would seem ridiculous and intellectually dishonest to claim that simply because the evidence you have found doesn't fit your prejudicial assumptions, that an entire period of someone's history becomes a blank. For instance, in Daniel Snell's Life of the Ancient Near East, we find this ridiculous statement. In Mesopotamia, a dark age ensues, the length of which we do not know, and the social and economic realities of which are obscure. Now, this is said all because evidence does not line up with their accepted dating methods. So rather than question the methods, they just insert a dark age and then spend page after page explaining what it might have been like. If I'm going to carry an assumption, then it will be that the Bible is correct and everything else is just waiting to catch up to it. Of course, these scholars then go on to write assumption after conjecture based on previous guesswork, report it to students in college and high school as incontrovertible fact, and then determine your worthiness as a student and your test results on your ability to spit back at them their own fantasies. So according to the Bible's chronology, along with Ussher's calculations, Noah leaves the ark in 2348 BC. According to Ussher's investigation, the Tower of Babel is started in 2247 to 2242 BC. God confounds the language of the people who have gathered together in the first great project of human cooperation and disperses the population. The remains of people living in caves and early nomadic populations can all be traced safely to the effects of this forced dispersion. The caveman of popular and Hollywood imagination can safely be relegated to fantasy. Since we're dealing here primarily with recorded history, the topic of caveman, so to speak, is for another place. However, all designations of Stone Ages, Bronze Ages, and Iron Ages all overlap, and there are populations in remote parts of the world today that use stone tools such as the Tassidae of the Philippines as late as 1978. These age designations are artificial and in no way can be considered absolute. Quoting again from Snell, quote, most observers have thrown off the simpler 19th century idea that there was linear human progress from ancient times to the present, that human societies and economies have gotten better over time. The terminology we sometimes use in characterizing archaeological ages implies some such sort of progress as one moves from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age to the Iron Age, and yet archaeology shows that stone materials continued to be used right into the present century, unquote. Okay, I'll stop there. I hope if you watch this that you'll click like and subscribe or follow. Share the video with somebody else, save it to favorites, watch it again. I'd like to see your comments. Do you disagree with me? Show me some facts, cite me some sources, and tell me that I'm wrong. I'd like to find out. But these are things that I've uncovered in my studies and my reading, and I'm certainly not arrogant. I don't presume to be the know-all, be-all, end-all. I just am trying to learn. I hope you are too. Thank you for watching this video.